Morning first, cheers. Right, so just to get straight into the corrections, you know the crack at this stage. Marks are alongside the questions. I give you the answers. Adding up all the marks this time, it's out 41 marks. Okay, so starting off 13A, what details must be given when buying a hacksaw blade? The information that you need to give when you're buying a hacksaw blade, that includes the length, the material of the blade, the number of teeth per inch, and whether they are to be all hard or flexible. Okay, if you got the majority of them, you can get 2 marks. 13B. When selecting a hacksaw blade for a particular job, what factors govern the degree of coarseness? The answer to this, the factors that would govern the degree of coarseness would be the hardness of the material being cut and the thickness of the material being cut. Question 14. A. 2 marks. What is meant by the set of hacksaw teeth? This is where the teeth on the hacksaw will be staggered. You can see this image on the top left of page 52. This the question B. Question B. Show by means of a sketch how the set provided on fine blades. That's again the two small diagrams at the top of page 52. On fine blades, the blade body itself is weaved, and on a coarse blade, the teeth themselves are staggered at angles. Okay. Question 15. 4 marks for this. Describe this 8 sketches how you would cut the marked slot shown in the diagram of workpiece 3. For this, steps that I would take, first off, you need to be able to have an endpoint on the hole, and they're showing you a center hole or center line there, so therefore they're asking you to dot punch and drill it. So steps. Step 1, mark out. Isn't necessary, they say it's already marked out. Step 2, drill a hole diameter 12, usually requiring a pilot hole if it's diameter 12, so diameter 6, then diameter 12. If you said drill a hole, that's fine. Step 2, using a hacksaw, cut down inside either line. Step 3, use a coarse or rough file to file close to the line. Step 4, use a smooth file to file accurately to the line. And step 5, draw a file for a smooth finish. If you got 4 out of those 5, that's fine. Give yourself the marks and give simple, straightforward diagrams. 16. When would you use a pad-handled saw? The pad-handled saw is there on page 52 again. A pad-handled saw would be used when you cannot access the material by the hacksaw because of the frame. Simple. All right. Question 17, 2 marks. What type of work is a junior hacksaw used for? Junior hacksaw is used for thin material, where a hacksaw blade would be too coarse to cut. B. Describe one method used to keep the blade tensioned in the junior hacksaw. You know from working in the classroom, when I fit the junior hacksaw blades race, or you do it yourselves, you have to press the frame together. So the answer for this would be the blade is usually held in tension by the spring of the frame of the junior hacksaw itself. Okay. 18. Give one use for a tension file. Tension file you just haven't used in class, but they're there on page 52. They're a thin file, and it's used for cutting fine curves in material. Okay. 19. Name the tool shown and give one use for it. This is a coping saw or a piercing saw. Okay, either one's coping saw and woodwork, piercing saw and engineering. A piercing saw is used to cut fine curves and fine detail in thin sheet material. Okay, now next page. Question 20, 3 marks, 1 mark each. Name the material used for making cold chisels. Cold chisels are either going to be made out of high carbon steel, tool steel, or either of those two. B. Name the angle A and B shown in the diagram. Here is the same as a drill. You haven't done them yet, but they're the same on the drill. They're used. The names of these angles are used across all cutting tools. So A is the rake angle because it's raking off the material, and B is the clearance angle because it's the angle that the chisel or the tool is angled away from the rest of the workpiece. C. What is meant by a mushroom head on a chisel? This is in the diagram for this is on page 53 down the bottom. A mushroom head is when the head of a chisel has bent down and been battered down by a hammer. This would usually require regrinding of the head of the chisel. 21. Give one use for a pin punch. One use for a pin punch would be to hammer pins in and out of holes. Shine. 22. Sketch two common types of engineering hammer and name both of them. So the sketches that you're going to have to draw are there on the top of page 53, and they're a ball pin hammer, a cross pin hammer, or a soft hammer. Give one use for a round end of a ball pin hammer. Riveting would be, or so one use for the round end of a ball pin hammer would be to rivet material. C. Which of the following is given as weight of the hammer? Combined weight of the head and the handle, the weight of the handle, or the weight of the head? It's always the weight of the head, and that goes up as far as sledges as well. Okay. 23. 2 marks for the A. For what purpose are soft hammers used? Soft hammers are used when you do not want to mark material, particularly sheet or decorative material. Name 3 materials from which the soft hammer head are made. They're there on page 53, and it's rawhide, it's copper, it's rubber, or it's plastic, or it's lead also. Okay. 24. Give 2 uses for bench blocks. You've used them already when you were doing your keyring, and that's the block that you put your keyring on when you're doing letter punches. So that's number 1. One use for a bench block is letter punching details on a piece of material. Another one would be to dot punch material, or to use the block underneath material when you're using a chisel to cut the material. Okay, right, so there's all the answers. 40 out of 41 altogether. Try and give yourselves an honest mark. Most people are doing well at giving the marks. There are a few people that are rushing through it or giving themselves a wee bit of a high grade. Okay, so I'm looking more at your ability to go back through the answers and to accurately assess your own mark, as opposed to if you do the answers and you don't get them all right. I'm fine with that as long as you give a good effort. Okay, so it's more important that you're able to go back through these videos, find the answers, and give yourselves an accurate mark of whether you were right or wrong. Okay, right, lads, best of luck. Talk to you soon. Take care.